Are you using QuickBooks Desktop as a merchant that buys and sells on Amazon? Well, then you should watch this video series that will give you most of what an Amazon merchant would need. This very first video will show you the basic QuickBooks file setup in QuickBooks Desktop. It is a fast track for setting up an Amazon online merchant store. If you have any questions about this topic, you can leave them in the comments section below and I'll do my best to help you. And of course, if you feel the video helped you, I hope you will click like and don't forget to subscribe to get updates on new videos that come out all the time. Here's what you need to know about this video and this video series if you're an Amazon merchant seller. This video and this video series assumes that your only business in QuickBooks is your Amazon online merchant store. If you do additional business over and above buying and selling through Amazon, you may need to watch additional QuickBooks videos right here on this very website. The setup will be relatively fast and abbreviated in this video. That means there will be a clear demonstration of each setup step, but not big elaboration or detailed discussion after each setup step. Again, if you want more detail about each setup step, then you may have to watch some of the additional videos that I put up here on this very website. So here are the steps to follow. First, you have to create a brand new blank company file in QuickBooks Desktop. Now, I'm starting with no company file open. However, if you are seeing something else in your screen, it doesn't matter. You can always go to the top left and click File, New, no matter where you are in QuickBooks. Then you would click Express Start. Now, in this window, you would just put the name that you want to give to your Amazon online merchant store. I'm going to put My Amazon Company. For industry, click Help Me Choose, scroll to the bottom and click Other None and click OK. For business type, click Help Me Choose, click at the bottom Other None and click OK. In a moment, I'm going to show you how you can come back to the company information and put in the name and address and all the other information about your company. Then you just click Create Company and wait a moment, and QuickBooks is creating a brand new blank company file for you to use. Okay. Right now, when you get this window, just click Start Working and you'll be ready. And I'll see if I can restore it down. Yes, I can. Very good. Don't worry about these little pop-up windows that come up when you first start QuickBooks. The very next step is finding where your company file is after you have created it. The way to do that is to make QuickBooks the active window and on your keyboard push F2. Now the company product information comes up. One of the pieces of information in this window is the location of the file. And leave out the file name, just copy here the path. Then open up pretty much any folder in Windows and in the address bar, paste the path and then hit Enter, and you will see the folder that contains your company file. You then can do whatever you want with it. You can drag it to the desktop or you can copy and paste it onto a USB stick. Now we have to put in the company information as promised a moment ago. The way to do that is to click Company, My Company. And here we have the My Company window with the company name and address and the tax information. The way to be able to type it in is to click this pencil tool, and now you have the ability to change the name. You can put in any address you like, and whatever you type in the name and address in these fields is what will show up on your reports and on your business documents that print from QuickBooks. And that's how you would change it. You could also change the tax information here, or the company ID number, or anything else right from the My Company window and the pencil tool. Now, the next step, which is the main step in the setup, is putting in the chart of accounts that is specific to an Amazon online store. So you may well ask, what is the chart of accounts? Well, in the days before the computer, the chart of accounts was called the general ledger. It was basically a notebook where each page in the notebook was a separate record of transactions, and each separate page was a separate category of transactions. So what is the chart of accounts? Well, each page was called an account, and it was simply a written record of transactions. You need an account for every bank account, credit card account, source of income, and expense that your Amazon online store has. You may need to use some more accounts, but these are the basic ones that everybody needs if you have a merchant Amazon online store and you're using QuickBooks. The chart of accounts window allows you to add, edit, delete, and make inactive any account in the chart of accounts. The total accumulated results of the chart of accounts show in the report called the trial balance. And we'll talk about the trial balance report later when we start entering transactions. So the trial balance is your main report that shows you the balance or the total of each page in the book that used to be called the general ledger, which is now each account in the chart of accounts. So, what accounts does an Amazon store merchant need when using QuickBooks? Well, you need one account for each item that's listed on the bi-monthly statement. That's the deposit statement that you get twice a month, where Amazon explains why they dumped that amount of money into your bank account. The first account and the main account that you have to put is an account called product charges, because that's what Amazon calls your income, and it represents your gross sales from Amazon to your ultimate customers. Then every other account that you put is simply an item that they list one by one on that bi-monthly deposit statement. And each of these items in red are expenses. These are things that Amazon deducts from your product charges, deducts from your income before it puts the net amount from the deposit statement into your bank account. So there's also another one called unavailable balance, which is an asset that represents the amount that Amazon is withholding until next month. And these are the accounts that you will need. So these are the accounts both with the name and the type that we're going to put in our chart of accounts in our QuickBooks file. Oh, by the way, it doesn't have to be Chase Bank. It could be whatever name of the bank you have that Amazon puts the money into twice a month. So let's see how to put in this set of accounts. And now we will put this specific chart of accounts. You can follow step by step and make your chart of accounts the same that you see here. From the main menu, click List Chart of Accounts. Now, right away, there are some accounts that we know we will not use. Click on Payroll Expense, go to the bottom left, and click Account, Make Account Inactive. Now it will not clutter up the list. Click on Payroll Liabilities, go to the bottom left, and click Account, Make Account Inactive. You will need these two, but you will see how you will need them later in the course. For now, let's just put in these specific accounts. So, we'll start with cash in bank. I love Chase Bank and I use Chase Bank, but you should put the name of whatever bank you use. From the bottom left, click Account, New. Now, click Bank Type of Account and then click Continue. Now, where it says Account Name, put the name of your bank. And then click Save and New. Leave the Add New Account window open when you put in the next account. So the next one will be unavailable balance, unavailable balance, and it's Other Current Asset. So we click Other Current Asset as the account type and type in and then we click Save and New. Now we click, we put in the income account called, or that Amazon calls on your statement, it calls it Product Charges. So income is the type, product charges. Save and New. Most of the rest of the accounts, or most of the rest of the items that are listed on your bi-monthly statement are expenses. Amazon fees, cost of advertising. So we put expense and then we click Save and New. By the way, if you accidentally click Save and Close, you will have to reopen the Add New Account window. Account, New, and when you reopen it, you come back to this window. So just choose Expense because the rest are just expenses or expense type of accounts, FBA fees, whatever that is. You got to go along with it because you have to cooperate with Amazon if you want to have an Amazon store. Click Save and New. Other, promo rebates and subscription fees. Other, promo rebates, and subscription fees. I like to put in one general administrative expense, utilities expense, just for you to see in a later video how to manage general administrative expenses that are not specifically listed on the deposit, the bi-monthly deposit statement when they deduct. Save and close. And now your chart of accounts is set up. Please note, if you have additional items listed on your bi-monthly Amazon deposit statement, you will have to add an expense type of account to the chart of accounts for anything that they deduct from your deposit that was not mentioned here. And you would add it exactly the way you just saw. Now, we will prepare your icon bar for the shortcuts, and then in the next video we'll be able to enter your actual Amazon statement. Well, how do you do that? Well, first of all, let's close this window, and you'll click View, Top Icon Bar. I like to close all these extraneous windows and keep it clean. Now again, click View, Customize Icon Bar, and simply delete all of the shortcuts. Just keep clicking delete until you see them disappear from the top. All of the shortcuts, or most of the shortcuts that QuickBooks puts by default, are irrelevant for an Amazon online store. Then click OK. Now we will put only the accounts we need, the things we need in the icon bar. We need to put each report that we will use and each transaction type. And for most of this video series, that's very few things. Click Reports, Accountant and Taxes, Trial Balance. The trial balance, as I mentioned earlier, is the main report that shows the accumulated totals of each account in the chart of accounts. All you have to do is go to the top left and scroll up to make sure that the date range says All, so you can see the result of all transactions regardless of date. Now, to add this to the icon bar, you click View, Add Trial Balance to the icon bar, and then click OK. Notice there's now, if you click to close it, it'll ask you if you want to memorize. You say don't bother me again, and you click no. Now when we click here, it opens the way we want it to, which is the way that we saved it. What else will we put? We will put reports, company and financial, profit and loss standard. And again, go to the top left and make sure the date range says All. And now, and maybe open it up a little. And now that it looks the way we need it to look, click View, Add Profit and Loss to the icon bar, and click OK. Now, the only two transactions that you have to put up there or use, or even the only two transaction windows that you need to open if all you're doing is buying and selling on Amazon, is the deposit window and the checks window. Click Banking, Make Deposit, and when the deposit window is in front of you, click View, Add Make Deposit to the icon bar, and click OK. Now click Banking, Write a Check, and then click View, Add Write Checks to the icon bar, and click OK. So now you have a shortcut when you need to pay expenses and a shortcut when you need to record your bi-monthly Amazon statement. Now I'd like to close this very abbreviated video with some recommended preferences settings that might make your QuickBooks experience a little more smooth. So from the top left, click Edit, Preferences. Click the top left category of preferences called Accounting, and then click Company Preferences. I suggest you remove this check mark and this check mark by clicking on them so you don't get a distracting warning if you try to set up old transactions or put in future transactions. Change category by clicking Desktop View and then clicking Yes. Now in Desktop View, I recommend that you switch over to My Preferences and remove the check mark that requires the home page to come up when you first open QuickBooks, because it's very distracting. And I also suggest that you click Don't Save the Current Desktop. This way, your QuickBooks software will boot up more quickly. Then I suggest you click the General category of Preferences, and then again click Yes, and click this very important box. Turn off pop-up messages for products and services. This way you will not be distracted during your QuickBooks experience. You should also come down to where it says Reports and Graphs, then click Yes, and I suggest you click Refresh automatically instead of waiting for QuickBooks to refresh if you open the report new. So you can watch other videos that elaborate on what the preferences window is and other preferences that might help you. Then click OK, and you should also watch other videos about the icon bar and the chart of accounts. I wish you good luck with your Amazon experience, and now the video that follows this one is the actual video where you will record entering your bi-monthly deposit that Amazon gives you when they deposit your net sales each month.